Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft here and welcome to EST 2026 Season 2 Week 7. This is gonna be the semi-final number 2, Jaedong versus Hero ZvZ. Very boring, but of course we have a lot of Jaedong fans, especially in the international community. Not so many Hero fans in the world, but in Korea itself, Hero has got his own League of Legends. He's got his own girls following. It's very unnerving to see people cheering for Hero. Like some of the most beautiful girls are cheering for Hero ever. It's so insane. Well, I guess technically I should not say girls because they're no longer girls. They are, if I'm nice, I'm gonna say aunties, and if I'm gonna be mean, I'm gonna say grandmothers, because these girls themselves are very old. I have mentioned to some of you, I think a little bit in the past, where I said, the way that women age depends on where you're from, right? So if you are from, I don't know, a place like Russia, when you're 5, you're 5. When you're 10, you are 10. When you're 13, you are 18. And when you're 18, you are 18. And then when you are 22, you are 19. And all of a sudden, when you're 23, you're 40. That's how girls age in a country like Russia. In the countries like Korea, if you are 5, you're 5, you're 10, you're 10. If you're 15, you are maybe 14, 13. When you're 18, you are 15. When you are 21, you are 18. When you're 25, you are 18. When you are 30, you are 19. When you're 35, you are 20. When you're 40, you are 22. So all of you out there who have a girlfriend who are Asian, or I don't know, your wife is Asian or whatever, or maybe you are planning to get a interbreeded child coming up in the future, you should look for girls from Asia, especially from Korea. Well, that is one of the cons, one of the pros, but there are some cons, right? Because girls in Korea, I don't know. I don't think they work. I mean, there are two countries in the world in which girls don't work: Korea and Japan. So if you're looking for someone to really share the burden, pay the bills together, no. Don't look for those girls. On the other hand, you look for Vietnamese girls. They work, they cook, they plow, they do everything. They don't complain. You don't have to pay the money. It's like AI. Vietnamese girls are like AI. And free too, and of course it can also pleasure you, which is very good. But anyways, looks like Jaedong is coming across the board with a few more zonings compared to Hero, because the opening is very similar to the previous game. As you can see, the micromanagement of Jaedong is insane. I mean, even though he's got more numbers, he should not be able to actually win in such an overwhelming fashion. And now 4 zonings in the main with speed. Drones from Heroes are falling fast. 1 drone down, 2 drones down, 3 drones down. Is this over? Remember that Jaedong is leading 1-0, so if he wins this game, then that's gonna be over. But we have a counter zoning from Hero, but it's not as effective as Jaedong's zonings. But he can still be able to come down, and he gets the weak drones. That is very nice. Even supply between these two players, but we have a crazy counterattack coming from Hero. Jaedong is still making zonings. I wonder why. He's got fewer hatcheries to work at. He's gonna come up with a sunken, but Hero is on the ramp already. Looks like numbers about the same, so that means that Jaedong will hold, and there's gonna be a counter zoning coming out and just hiding on the center map. So that zone is gonna get sniped. So the game's gonna stabilize. Hero have more supply, but this time around I think Hero will not have chance to make Spire fast. I think he's gonna have to make some evolution chamber and go for some creep colony to start. As you can see, no lair, but Hero does have more psi at this moment. You can see the drone saturation for Hero is not that great. So okay, we have 2 zonings that just pop in some random reasons. They will try to attack against the drones. Hero is able to maybe get 1 drone. He's looking for it. We get 1 drone. He might get him in the second one. Looks like good micro. No, he gets the last one. This is terrible. Jaedong is down to 11 supply compared to 17. He is still morphing the sunken. He's gonna be super careful. Hero has now reached the high ground position. Where is the sunken? Is it coming up now or not? We only have more 2 zonings from Jaedong, and he's gonna be able to hold. So the holding is nice. But now as you can see, those drones from Jaedong are so damaged. Creep currently coming up, and one Zerling from Jaedong's gun snipe. Oh my god, just a single muses to hold against his drones are falling faster. Another drone has gone snipe. In decided map, looks like drones are going to be being micro, but they are going to be holding very few drones remaining from Jaedong. He's definitely lost the game. I mean, he's 9 supply to 16. But Hero will still need to just completely drive it home, because keep in mind that he is not on lair. I mean, his lair is not even started. This is insane. Usually around this time, the player with less size is going to try to go on lair, and he's going to be losing another drone. He loses 2 drones. And how can this be? Because the mining rate for Jaedong is going to be so bad now. But he does have 2 missions, and he has seen yet another group of Zerlings getting sent across the map. Keep in mind that these are slowlings. They don't even have that much, you know, attacking potential, but yet he's able to do so much. So this is a reversal of fortune compared to the first game, where Hero was not able to dominate, even though he's got 2. Actually, another drone might get sniped, but I'm thinking now Jaedong's going to actually mine those locations correctly. And finally, lair has been taken. After almost 7 minutes of gameplay, lair has been taken by Hero. And so this game will go into the next stage. Of course, Hero will still try to send these ad hoc Zerlings, but he will not be able to do much. And Jaedong, though, his mutualist count is very much slowed down due to the fact that he is forced to constantly remake the drones. And with that in mind, I'm gonna take some chances to thank my fans who supported me in the last 2 days. So you can see the name at the top left corner of the screen. Wait, let me see if this name is correct or not. I think it is correct, but just to make sure. So Queens of Blade, Mr. Fisher is the top donator, Mr. McDonald, Ryan, and David Polypoid. For Tassaras, we don't have anybody. And for Jim Rainers, you have Mr. Pham, Mr. Nicholas, Mr. Ming, and Mr. Sea Goblin, and Mr. Chant. Thank you very much. I wanted to point out Mr. Sea Goblin has been with us for 20 straight months. So either you forgot to cancel your credit card, you are now a vegetable because you cannot respond to instructions or to signals, or you're dead, right? Because who would support Namkraft for 20 months without leaving comments on the channel? I've not seen a Sea Goblin comments for 6 months. So Sea Goblin, if you're still alive, please leave a comment so I know that you are not just a ghost in the shell, a shadow in the park, and all of those poetic expressions you can think of. Anyways, 5 meters from Jaedong, and Hero is gonna get sent across the board now with more attacks. So let's see if these 2 players are gonna have any chance. By the way, if anyone out there has a phone with a QR code app, scan this QR code. Behind it, some very, very sexy stuff. You can find links to add me on the various platforms of Facebook, Telegram, TikTok, Broodwar Forever community, on Reddit, on Discord, even on Battle.net. You can actually add friends with me on Battle.net and we can become buddies. There's a group for Namkraft supporters on Battle.net, and I'm in that group, so just go ahead and click that group and find me in that group, and you can add friends with me. Anyways, another Zerling makes a lot of problem, and Jaedong is not a happy boy right now. He will try to go for counterattack. Okay, I guess 2 Zerlings will not be able to do much, so it's going to be backing up. But all of a sudden, Jaedong's supply is not bad. Jaedong is catching up in supply, and his mutualist holding this choke is nice, but there is going to be Spire. So in about 30 seconds or so, Hero will make a lot of mutas. Alright, 2 Zerlings are trying to come through, but they're not able to penetrate. And do we have counterattack? Non-stop counterattack coming from Hero, but props to Jaedong for holding out as long as he could. Another attack on the drones, but the drones are going to get pulled back. So another pair of drones start to attack here, but now we have 6 mutas from Hero. He should be able to win this easily unless Jaedong new base gets set up correctly. As you can see, Jaedong behind by about 4 supply. His mutualist count will be on even footing. Remember the last time where Hero engages when he thought he's got numerical superiority, but he loses inside of Jaedong's main base because of that faster resupply route. Let's see if that is going to be the case. By the way, I'm traveling today. I'm traveling throughout this week. I'll be traveling next week as well. And I have to, I should adjust my schedule to all of these castings, so I apologize in advance if you're not seeing these videos in the normal conditions. Once again, my invitation for you to join the Namkraft Vision, Namkraft Eurovision. You need to guess where I am this month and next month. There are 2 countries you can pick. They can be repeated countries, no problem. Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, India, South Korea, not North Korea. Some of you have picked North Korea, but that is not on the list. If you pick it, you handicap yourself. And then Japan, and then China. Anyways, looks like Jaedong once again is still able to attack correctly, even though he's on lesser supply, but his hatchery is about to fall. We have Mucius going inside the main, I guess not. They were trying to get sent back home. And of course, Hero still on much better supply situation, but his Mucius are bruised hard. But he's gonna have the spores to fall back onto. Massive scourges coming from Jaedong, but Jaedong new base is up and functioning. Props to Jaedong for holding out for as long as he could and then getting a base up. Where the drones are running away, because I guess you don't really need any drones there. Just need to mine gas non-stop, and that's what it is. Wow, this game is turning into something already, because now it looks like a stalemated situation. Whoever attacks first will have the attacker's disadvantage, because you are further from home, you are deeply entrenched in a war where the enemy has got faster resupply routes. But on the other hand, of course, you can do some splash damage onto the enemy's drones and structure. It's great. That hatchery of Jaedong on the low ground is so damaged, and maybe a few Zerlings slipping in would be great. And this is the reason why Jaedong is hesitating from attacking as well. I think maybe Hero should expand, or maybe I don't know what is the plan. What can I do? Because even supply is going to be incoming very soon. We are seeing, I think, a total of possibly 9 mutas from both players, 9 mutas from Hero. From Jaedong about the same. We do have a pair of Scourge from Jaedong. Okay, Jaedong has got only 6 mutas though. Maybe, yeah, it's got 8 now. 8 versus 9. 8 plus 2 versus 9 plus 10. 10 Scourges from Hero. He just need to attack the hatcheries and then let the Scourges take the attack onto those mutas he's trying to attack and surround. And indeed, I think this game is going to be won by Hero. And we'll move to the next set very soon here. Jaedong's Mini Miracle is down. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.